Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football. Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. First and foremost, before we get cracking into this review for Manchester City against Real Madrid, or Real Madrid against Manchester City at the Bernabeu, because that is the order of the game. Obviously, I've already told you guys it's not going to be an incredible amount of content, although you got this video today. Tomorrow, might give you the review for AC Milan versus Inter Milan, first leg at the San Siro, second leg next week at the San Siro. Unbelievable that we've actually come to that for a Champions League semi-final. You gotta love it, especially with the San Siro getting demolished. So that has to be done. And then I will be giving you my Chelsea preview for Nottingham Forest on Friday. Review on Saturday after that game. And if we do hear anything in regards to Pochettino being officially announced, which is looking like it will be expected soon, later this week, hopefully it comes Thursday. And if it does come Thursday, you'll be getting a video every single day up until Saturday's review. So count your blessings. But for today, we're going to get into Real Madrid 1, Manchester City 1, and a great first leg, albeit the score is a draw. I was, and I have to say this from the start, from the get-go, I'm surprised at Pep Guardiola. Or should I be? Should I actually be surprised? I was watching with my dad, and we were watching, and by the time the second half started, we'd both come to the agreement that Manchester City need to bring on Mahrez and Foden. Now, there's national allegiances with Mahrez, and there's obviously going to be a bit of bias. We want to see him play. But Foden as well. Why? Manchester City were trying to use as much width as possible, and they were constantly using Grealish. But every time they used Bernardo Silva, they weren't able to get much from it. Hence why later on, when Real Madrid did get their goal, where did the mistake come from, or where was the man beaten for Manchester City to lose the ball and Real Madrid to get that attack going? It was Bernardo Silva on that right-hand side. I was looking and thinking, okay, I'm expecting a substitution very, very shortly. Now, that came after Real Madrid had scored. We'll get to the goals very shortly. Manchester City did equalise. And then I was thinking, okay, Man City have scored. Great. But still, there is 20 minutes to go. Pep, make the sub. Make the sub. No substitutions. Now, some people are going to turn around and say, and I can understand where they're coming from, that it's a great result for Manchester City. It's a 1-1 draw at the Bernabeu. What are you complaining about? Yeah, on paper. Man City could have won tonight. And that's where I'm looking and thinking, you know what? This might come back to backfire Pep Guardiola's face. It might. It might not. It might not. Maybe the second leg at Manchester City, at the City of Manchester Stadium or the Etihad Stadium. I've pulled out a memory out of what? 2012. The City of Manchester Stadium. Bloody hell, I'm getting old. The Etihad Stadium, of course. Yeah, it might all go City's way, but it might not. And then you'll be looking back at this first leg where you could have killed the tie. Man City today had everything in their power to kill off the tie. The first leg spoke volumes. The first half, sorry, not first leg. The first half spoke volumes. Manchester City had what? 5 or 6 different attempts on goal, 4 of them on target, 71% possession. Real Madrid, 1 shot, 1 on target, 1 goal. Great goal, by the way. Great goal. Let's talk about the goals. Great goal. The lineups were pretty expected. I think the lineups to start off with were completely understandable. Even for Manchester City, you could understand that would be the best 11 to go with. But as the game progressed, you could see where the flaws were in Real Madrid's game, and you could see where the flaws were in Man City's ability to constantly attack and get threats going. They did have a portion in the first half where they were really on it, and it looked like Manchester City were going to take the entire control. And it took 1 lapse of concentration, 1 exposed space in the midfield for Vinicius to run into and do what he does best. Vinicius, by the way, I have to take a moment because when was it? A couple of seasons ago, I remember looking at Vinicius the same way that I used to look at Sterling. Is great at times, looks phenomenal on the ball, but his end product is a joke. His final pass is a joke. He'll lose the ball a gazillion times during a game, even though he'll create and he'll get chances off, but the amount of times he'll get dispossessed is laughable. The amount of shots that hit off target, he can't get it on target, is laughable. His final shot was a joke. That was 2 seasons ago. His progression has been incredible. Vinicius, what a player now. In the space of 2 seasons, he's gone from here to here. It's astronomical growth. And his chemistry with Benzema is it's laughable. It's actually laughable. The chemistry that he's built with Benzema and the way that they feed off each other. It's almost like they connect with each other telepathically. It's brilliant. Brilliant to watch. So there's that. Great goal. Camavinga with the assist. And by the way, that's another one. That's a Carlo Ancelotti gem right there. Because Camavinga being moved to left back, I think a lot of people, including myself, were like, what on earth is he doing? Carlo, Camavinga at left back, mate. Are you all right? Camavinga was being touted as the next guy in midfield to take over, after Cruz, after Madrid, all these guys in midfield that was smashing it, to be the next, new gen DM, right? Or new gen central midfielder. King Carlo is like, nah, mate, you're going left back. And look at the job he's doing. At minute 80, you could see his face. It looked like he hadn't even played 5 minutes. Incredible fitness on Camavinga, incredible power, incredible stamina, and incredible technique as well from Camavinga to be able to bombard down the left-hand side, uses physical attributes really, really well, feeds it off to Vinicius. Vinicius does what he does best, and he takes the shot in his stride. He doesn't even think I'm just gonna, he doesn't take his time, gets his shot ready, gets his body going, smashes it with the intention of taking the shot. He shot the ball with the intention of, oh my God, I think a shot's just come up, quick, hit it. And in his stride, he's hit it. And beautiful leverage. Ederson, I don't think was expecting it, got a lot of speed on it, 1-0 Real Madrid. With absolute control for Manchester City, and Real Madrid go 1-0 up. And that's where, as I said, end of the first half, towards the start of the second half, you're starting to think, okay, some subs need to be made here. Because even in the second half, Real Madrid took the control in the way that I didn't think they would. Real Madrid do things weirdly. Can I just say about Real Madrid and the way that they play? They're weird. And I know we had this, you can't really say the same when they played against Chelsea because they were playing against a Chelsea team that were broken. Real Madrid were always going to control that game. So they didn't need to worry about Chelsea on the ball. But you have to worry about Man City on the ball. I don't get why Real Madrid take the risk of allowing the opponent to play. It's like they give you the ball. Here you go, have it. Let's see what you're going to do with it. And then the amount of space they actually give, especially on each side. The width that Man City had, as I mentioned earlier. And the amount of times they were able to send the ball cross diagonal, constantly shifting from side to side. There's always a Man City player with tons and tons of space. He's able to flipping. He could take a nap and eat his dinner if he wanted to and still have the ball. That's how much space Real Madrid give you, which is, I find weird. Like, if Real Madrid were able to just come tighter, no one would stand a chance against them. But it's like they allow it. They're like, no, go on, have it. And then later, one action, one goal. They're ruthless when they take the ball off you. They're ruthless. So I guess it's a pro and con to the way that they play. Maybe they choose to play that way. I don't know. But I was looking at them thinking, you guys are suicidal, but somehow you still survive. I don't get it. Man City losing control in the second half. And that's, again, we go back to the point I mentioned earlier. I thought a sub will be made. But fair play. Gundogan feeds it off to KDB. And KDB, with the space that I'm talking about, decides to smash it. His fellow countryman and fellow controversial teammate, Thibaut Courtois, can't reach it, and it's 1-1. And that's where you look to it and think, okay, Man City now have something to take away from this. I had it in my head that if Man City score, they'll go on to get the second, without a doubt. So even after going 1-1, I thought, okay, Pep, now's the time to make some subs. Make the subs, make the changes, because the spaces were there to exploit. And Man City, I think, are the only team on the planet that are capable of exploiting that space that Real Madrid purposely give you. You know, everyone else don't seem to do much with it. But Man City have the tools. They have the tools and they had the opportunities today and they didn't take it. So some people are going to look at this and think, great result. 1-1 away at the Bernabeu. You've got to remember, the away goal doesn't exist anymore. So whether you play here or you play there, yeah, it's home and away, it's away and it's home. The crowd's going to be different. But the goals still stand, and the goals that you scored away don't mean much more than the ones you'll get at home. So you might as well try and get the job as early as possible. Try and get it done as early as possible. And Man City had the opportunities today and they didn't take it. Or Pep, should I say, didn't take the chance to be able to get some fresh legs, some fresh attackers to go in and exploit. Haaland was fairly quiet today. And especially, that's another thing about Manchester City. Man City have Haaland in the box against Real Madrid, right? Where he is, you can say, physically dominant than the rest of Real Madrid's defence. Bar Rudiger, maybe Rudiger. But why is it that when there's a chance for Man City to cross the ball into the box, they don't? They pass. Now, I understand that they do that because they're very good at that. But Kyle Walker, for example, has a chance to cross the ball. He goes, no, I'm going to pass central. Why? You've got Haaland in the box, brother. What more do you want? Take the chance to cross. Chances are you send him 5 or 6 balls, one of them he'll get. Surely, one of them, Erling Haaland, will get his head on. And he did in the first half, when you remember, very, very early on. So there's that. But I just think that overall, Man City, yes, it's a good result overall, yes, when you look at it on paper. But they could have got more. And I have this weird feeling now that Real Madrid might just switch it on at the Etihad, and Man City will be looking at the chance they had in this first leg. And once again, I think we're going to get to that same consensus, albeit that I think Man City do have what it takes to beat Real Madrid. But I have to pinpoint. I think if Man City don't get the job done in the second leg, people will be looking back at this first leg and going, Pep bottled it again. What do I mean by again? Champions League final where he decided to not play the DM. Same time now, in a semi-final against Real Madrid, you choose to not make a substitution. Not one. You stick with the same 11 men throughout in a semi-final. Oh, man, I don't know. We'll see what happens. So, as I said, on paper, Man City will be more happy than Real Madrid. But when it comes to the finer detail, I think Real Madrid know what they need to do. And I hope, I would say Man City, Pep, should learn from this for the second leg. But he's only got 90 minutes. And I feel like he could have got the job done tonight. Man City could have killed the tie tonight, if I'm honest. But they didn't. And that's where you do that against Real Madrid, you're risking a lot. So we'll wait and see what happens. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below in terms of this game. But overall, thrilling first leg semi-final. On to tomorrow, AC Milan, Inter Milan. Or is it Inter Milan, AC Milan? I'm going to try and find out. Is it, who is technically the home team? And by the way, let me know in the comments. I need to try and look this up. Tomorrow, and obviously next week, you're going to have two teams play at the same stadium, twice. First leg and second leg. So is it going to be AC Milan, for example, first leg at home, technically, they're going to be treated as the home team, and then second leg Inter will be treated as the home team? Or will everything be split 50-50 across 2 legs for the both of them? Let me know in the comment section below if you do have an idea of how it's all meant to go. AC Milan are the home team tomorrow. There we are, I've just checked. AC are the home team tomorrow. So will most of the stadium be AC fans? And then you'll have an away section of Inter fans. Then next week it will be mainly Inter and then an away section of AC. Or is it 50-50? Let me know. If you know, let me know. Much appreciated. I'm going to try and look that up because I haven't actually checked. But thank you very much for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below in regards to Real Madrid and Man City. Your thoughts on Real Madrid and Man City separately as well as collectively, the result. And what do you think about Pep Guardiola not making a sub throughout the entire flipping game? Let me know. Was that a good idea? Do you think it'll work in his favour? Do you think it'll work next week? Or do you think it's too much of a risk and Man City could have killed off the tie? Let me know down below. Much appreciated. And I will see all of you tomorrow for a brand new one. AC versus Inter. Let's see how that goes. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit the notification button to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash the like button if you've enjoyed this. And I'll see all of you very, very soon. Have a good one, people. In a bit. Take care. And peace.